everyone. Hope you're having a wonderful day. It is like super cold outside. I know it's been so long since I posted a video, and I always say I'm going to post more, and then I never do. I'm the worst, the absolute worst. So I've been MIA for a good reason. Just spending so much quality time with the kids and my husband. You know, they are number one, the priority. And especially my oldest, he left to go study abroad in England. So I was trying to spend like every day with him, like breakfast, lunch, dinner, just saturate him with love and quality time before he left, because we are really super close and I was gonna miss him so much. And I do. When he left, I was just at the airport crying, just like rivers of tears, like super hysterical, like, oh my God. And my husband's like, why are you crying so much? It's okay. And I'm like, 'cause now I'm gonna be with you. You drive me crazy. But no, my husband's awesome. So that was one thing. And, you know, all the holidays and stuff like that. So I was trying to make them everything like super special. And then in January, he left. And then we also decided to remove my special needs son's iPad. So I don't know about you, but this generation of kids is very addicted to their iPhones and their iPads. And I have a kid who's super addicted to his iPad. He's got severe autism. And so for the past year, I want to say the neurologist and the behavioral therapy company that we're with have been telling me to remove the iPad. And so I was very hesitant because I was like, oh, that's like kind of his life, his entertainment. And I knew it was going to be awful because they had already warned me that it was like removing heroin from an addict. And oh my God, if you see any of those, you know, documentaries, TV series, interventions, all that stuff, you know, it's horrible, right? It's so bad. So I didn't want to do it. But as he stopped like sleeping, because then my kid started like not sleeping. He would sleep maybe like 2 or 3 hours. And then he would go 24, 48 hours without sleeping nonstop. And he would be like just fine. And you know that's so bad for your body. And you could hear him yelling in the background. It's so bad for you to sleep. I mean, it could like kill you to like not go without sleep. I mean, it's just bad. So with all these doctor support and therapy company support, we decided to do it. So it just happened one day because I was super scared to do it. And one day he kind of he hit me. He got really mad at me and he hit me, and he never hits me. He's always like such a happy-go-lucky, goofy kid, super compliant. And then he hit me one day. He got so mad and I just like got so upset. I took his iPad. I chucked it out the front door. I locked the door and I was like, okay, day one, we're going to do this. And I could see my husband and my other son, my youngest, go, you know, because it was just like so finite, so dramatic, like done. We're doing this day one. So that was January 20th. And it was, to say crazy is probably like a huge understatement. Crazy. So it was, he did everything like those, addicts do. Got super violent, crying, and it hurts you when you see your kid like in pain, but it's like mental pain and your heart still hurts, even though, you know, they're not in physical pain. Your heart's like breaking for them because they don't, you know, especially with him with the autism, he does not have the cognitive ability to understand why we're removing the iPad. And I couldn't just like wean him off of it and all that stuff. I kind of lost control of it during the lockdown because, you know, there was no school, nowhere to go. So I let him have unlimited access to it. And then it was hard to rein it back. And then it started affecting his sleep and then his behavior. So I'm definitely taking responsibility for this one. I totally screwed up. I should have not let the unlimited time go. I should have reined it back, but you know, once you let go of something with these kids, it's so hard to pull back. And I totally admit it. I'm super weak. And so, yeah. So, oh man, the guilt just ate me, seeing his heartache. He was super violent. He like shattered our front door and a hole in his bedroom, and he was trying to poke holes in other places of the house. And oh my God, he broke our patio door. I mean, he was trying to shatter the glass as well. And I mean, just a whole bunch of damage was done. But so we're going on week 9. And it's still kind of like up and down, but more good days. So like immediately from taking the iPad away, we saw him sleep a lot better. Just like, the first night he slept a lot better. His attention span is very much extended. Before it was very difficult to get his attention. He was like all over the place. And now we're seeing a lot more attention span. And then definitely the articulation and speech has gotten so much better. He's saying so many words, saying so many spontaneous words that are like super correct. And we're just being blown away. We're like, wow, it's so great. So it's definitely worth it. It's been, like I said, we're going on 9 weeks and it's still like a little bit of a behavioral challenge. So, whew, my God, they're like, have kids. It's so wonderful. Okay, I had them and oh my God, it's been crazy. So digital addiction in these kids, any kids, typical kids, special needs kids, it is real. It is awful. I hope whoever watches video learns from my mistakes. I gave my kid an iPad. I watched like a 60-minute special and he was about 7 years old. And it talked about, the iPad opening up a whole world for them with communication and, learning and everything. So I bought into it like 100%. We spent like $10,000 on getting my son's classes, 2 classes. We bought 16 iPads for these special needs kids because, I wanted my child, and if I could afford other children to have the same opportunity as my kid, I was totally going to do it. I'm very much, I like to think that I not only do a lot of things for my special needs kids, but for all special needs kids in my community. I'm very much a big advocate in helping out families of special needs children. And what I have information, I want to share with other special needs families. And so we bought the 16 iPads, and some of the teachers, I think, still have them to this day. We're not in that school district anymore, but, it was great. The communication, everything's great. So Zachary still has an educational iPad where it has like pictures. It helps him with sentences, communication, typing. He still types on his iPad. But then he also got an entertainment iPad where we bought, so we didn't download. We actually bought like every TV program, every movie he like ever wanted and loved. And so it was on the iPad, so he didn't need Wi-Fi. So that was like another thing too. Because I wish I could turn off the Wi-Fi and then the iPad would kind of be dead, but no. And then he was so smart on this iPad where he would disengage the guided access. So any locks that we put on the iPad to prevent him from doing anything, he would find out what they were and how to disengage them. You're like special needs. You have like 18-month cognitive ability in these tasks and this, but yet you're able to outsmart me and like locking your iPad. So locking the iPad was like not an option. It really had to be like a complete removal, like a drug addict. You just have to remove the whole thing. And so that's what we did. So I hope you guys learned from us how devastating the digital addiction is, even for typical kids. It's really hard. The video games, everything like that. You can see these kids are zombies. They have dead eyes. Their teachers are, saying they don't know how to communicate. They don't know how to make eye contact, socializing. And it's not special needs kids. I'm talking about typical kids too. So definitely look out for your kids and see, does my child have digital addiction? Because it is awful. I can tell you right now, it is awful. It is so equivalent. They were so right and accurate of being addicted to heroin and cocaine. The brain scans are the same for these kids and it's bad. So, but hang in there. It's a tough journey. It's still a tough journey. But every day I feel is better. And I feel like I've really cleaned out my kid's brain. And, you know, hopefully, I don't think there's any brain damage, but you could see like it was definitely damaging the brain, their cognitive abilities to complete certain things and understand things because they were so obsessed and focused with this damn iPad. And you know what? Steve Jobs said he never gave his kids iPhones. So that should have been like a moment of truth where like, the inventor of the iPhone doesn't even give his own kids iPhones. So yeah. So I hope you guys learned from me. It was hard, and it still is hard, but we're all learning. All right. I hope you have a wonderful and fabulous day. And I don't know if I should make a promise that I'll come back and do another video. I think I will, but I'm not going to promise it because then I'll disappear for like 5 or 6 months again. All right. Love you guys. Bye.